Let's wait till it comes on. Hello, everybody. So welcome. I am here announcing our next masterclass at your own university, January 11th. So if you have not signed up for our newsletter, make sure you do so you can take part in this amazing class live. And if you want to get access to Tricia's earlier classes to prep yourself up, if you're not yet a member, go on, make your membership. Get in there and get our daily doses of love, get access to all of our master classes and more at yourownuniversity.com. So if you have not yet met Tricia, she is a master of really helping empaths manage your emotions, manage what's happening in your life, managing what you pick up in life so you can have more peace and joy and let go of the crazies. That's how I'm introducing her today. She and I have been friends for many, many years. We came together to really explore being empaths and discuss with one another the journey and troubles and ups and downs. And Tricia's just taken it to the next level over the last 7 years. 6 or 7 years. And this class is going to be another stellar class. So I highly recommend jumping in there and getting it. And if you're watching this and it's past January 11th, 2020, and you're like, oh, I want this, it is okay, because all of her classes are in her master classroom in the emotional department at your own university. So you can use your login, log on in and take her class. Then you won't miss it, but you want to be there live if you're getting to watch this live. So Tricia, first just share with our audience at Your Own University TV who you are.
I am Tricia Dycka. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for our class. I am the happy empath. Now, if you would have met me 10 years ago, I was a hot mess. I was in total emotional overwhelm. I was just miserable. I was so miserable. I didn't even know what to do with myself. And I would try to hide in the four walls of my own home, and that did not work. I tried to avoid people like the plague, and that did not work. And I'm an extroverted empath. Although, mind you, I also need my downtime and my hide time. And I just was so depressed. This was a very dark time in my life. And then I did not even understand that I was an empath. So when I realized I was an empath, I tried to figure out ways for me to deal with it. I did everything, like I tried all these tools and I tried different ways. And I finally said to the universe, I'm done. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what's going on. So I need to figure this out in a way that's beneficial for me, in a way that's going to help me, in a way that's going to let me rejoin life. Because I wasn't living. I was hiding. I would go to work, I would come home, and I was just a mess. I was a wreck. And it was no fun living with me. I didn't like living with me. And I started to get these tools, and I started to recognize what was mine and what wasn't. I started to create things that I would do daily, and I do daily to this day, that help me understand what's mine, what's not mine. I've grown in so many ways because I had to dig deep with this. I really did. I was tired of being the victim. I was tired of being the woe is me. I had a lot of things I needed to do and to change personally, empathically, and it was a huge learning experience. And
yeah. But you've done it, and you've done an incredible job. And I know that you're just about to talk about this class and what brought you to do this class about how our emotions manifest physical stuff. And, I want to expel the myth that empaths are females.
Yes.
for our male community members, like, no, like, you are an empath too. I really believe that everybody on the face of this earth has this empathic skill. And there's different giftings that each of us have and how to do it. And I know that you talk a lot about that in one of your first classes. I think there's like 4 or 5 kinds of empaths that you talked about in one of your first classes at your own university. And then her second class, she talks about the signs and symbols, you guys. So if you get to, like, definitely go and take her first 2 classes and then come to this one. If not, come anyway. But they manifest in physical things. And so definitely want to hear your story about that, but also, like, what do you notice in your clients and in your community, things that they might manifest that you're like, oh, whoa, that is happening with me. Maybe it is my empathicness and it's not me.
Yes. So in my clients and in my communities, there is a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of overwhelm. There are panic attacks. What have led them to me has been predominantly, I'm so overwhelmed with anxiety. I have a hard time going out. I get panic attacks. I'm dealing with it, but I don't know how to handle it anymore. It has become so overwhelming for them that they don't want to leave their house. They don't want to deal with people. That was me, though. So I totally get that. I think a lot of empaths are misdiagnosed because they're going to the doctors because they don't understand what's going on with them. There's a lot with autoimmune because our bodies are struggling to deal with the emotions daily. I have clients who have autoimmune. I myself ended up with cancer, and I was like, one of those kids growing up where it was not okay to see emotion. It was not okay to cry. It was not okay to be sensitive. So for a majority of my life, I hid it and I stuffed it down and I stuffed it down and I tried to be what everybody else wanted me to be. And that backfired. That backfired hard. So by us doing this, I manifested in actually more than one illness. It was like in my 30s, I had a really bad kidney infection for over a year. And then in my early 40s, it was cancer. So when we try to ignore our signs and what our body is telling us, our body's like, all right, well, now we got this.
And we're going to scream louder. The body just screams louder and louder and louder. And for me, I know it's been really the same in my clients as well. Yeah, just a lot of the same thing. And I also just want to say, I know that for us, we go through this learning curve where we feel like other people's emotions, like, oh, this is so weird. And so would you talk just a little bit about the difference? I don't know why this is coming up. Maybe somebody on YouTube needs to hear it. But the difference between psychic and intuition and being an empath.
Okay.
Just, I know, like, just really fast. It's like 2 minutes, guys. It's all I'm going to allow her to get to do on this, because it's a huge topic. I mean, I think you could do a whole class on this, but for some reason, it's just so strong in me right now. I feel like we need to address it.
Okay. Your intuition. If you're trying to learn your intuition, it's more like, yes, no, do this, go that way. Something happened this morning where we were looking for something and we kept going. We were getting hits like, go look here. And we would look, and what we were looking for the other day was there. I'm like, wow. So that's your intuition guiding you, telling you. My intuition recently led me to a person that just kind of fell into my realm of somebody I decided, oh, let me check this person out. I want to see what they're teaching. Psychic is, for me, I remember, this is like a great example. In the morning, when this was several years ago, and I love this example, I saw visions of me soaking wet, wearing the same clothes I was wearing that morning. It's beautiful out. It's in the 70s. I'm like, what? There's no rain. What is going on? And I just went about my day. I went food shopping after work, and I come home and the skies opened up. And I just looked and I said, oh, hell, I'm going to be soaking wet. I had that psychic premonition that I will be soaked by the end of that day. And it was funny. Like, I didn't realize it until I was standing in my kitchen. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this was foretold. I had a psychic premonition that this was happening to me today. And whereas my intuition will guide me in directions to take, guide me to where I need to be, guide me to classes. But it's the same thing too. Your empathy or empath can actually be psychic. When you're talking to people, you can also, not only can you feel their feelings, you can also get a glimpse of what they may be hiding that they don't even realize yet that they're hiding. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like another thing with empaths is for psychic, it can be about you. It's about the future, right? It's about a foretelling.
Yes.
And for intuition, it's a guidance. I love that example. And for an empath, it is somebody else's.
Yes.
Right. It's really built on empathy. It has very, very little to do with me, if it, or at all, besides the fact that I'm feeling it and taking it on. Right. Nothing to do with me. It's all about our connection with others, right? It's about relationship. So this is really important if you're going through anything that you want to have better relationships, because it's going to help you to connect with that other in a way that's clean and fresh and clear. And so that's that. So everybody join Tricia for her class. If you're a member at your own university, you can come and join live and ask her questions, get coaching, just learn about your specifics. And then the replay will be in her classroom in the emotional department at your own university. And she has other classes in there too that you can go and watch right now. So you can get instant access to that when you sign up, or if you just log in and you're already a member. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for being you. Tricia, thank you for teaching another class at YOU. Everybody have a beautiful holiday, and we'll talk to you later.